Hi people, it's Abokuma again from Pebble 12 Events and welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to run you guys through the process of planning a wedding. It's going to be pretty short today. But yeah, I'm just gonna go through the three chunky processes, the three main aspects of planning a wedding. And yeah, hopefully it can help you. I can help you guys I'll make it easier for you to plan your wedding. So let's do this. So after you have picked a date for your wedding, obviously you have to decide which vendors you want to do your wedding. So you make a comprehensive list. You can make a list of all the vendors that you would like, and then kind of narrow that list down to 2 or 3. Eventually, this takes a lot of time, and it seems like a very easy task to do, but somehow it takes the longest time just deciding which vendor you want to use. So yeah, narrow it down to 2 or 3, and then schedule meetings with these 2 or 3 vendors, and then based on the meeting and maybe the prices that you discussed or finalized with the vendors at these meetings, you come up with the single one vendor that you would like to do your wedding. So yeah, so that's like the first chunk of planning, the planning aspect that will be done once you do that. So once you decide on which vendor, obviously you book a deposit, you pay a deposit depending on the vendor and their policy. That will let you know how much you have to pay which vendor. So yeah, you book the vendor, you make a deposit, and that would obviously hold your date for the event. So once you make these deposits, it's also what we do a lot for our clients as well is create. It's good for you to create a payment schedule or a spreadsheet. So just it's a simple spreadsheet in Excel. Create one which will help you manage your expenses, help you track your payments and all of that. So you'll have different columns for maybe the vendors, the total price, how much you've paid, the balance that you're supposed to pay, if they're in installments, when you're supposed to pay. You know, just an easy spreadsheet to help you or guide you with your budget for the wedding. So yeah, so that's the first thing. You just make sure you've booked your vendors for your wedding. Once you've done booking all your vendors, this is after the initial consultation and you have decided that, okay, I want to use this decorator, I want to use this stationer, I want to use this DJ, and so on and so forth. So once you're done with that, the next thing you do is to pretty much go vendor by vendor. Some vendors you need to go into detail, some others you don't, but go vendor by vendor and work with them on the details of each event, because obviously just the first initial meeting you hadn't decided that you'll go with them. So once you've booked them, the next thing you have to do is to just make sure that you're all on the same page, and then just go in detail with everything that you want for your day. For example, if we pick like a vendor like a stationer, if you pick a stationer, you decide, okay, we need to go with this stationer here. So what you do next is maybe you decide on another meeting, and then that's when you decide the items that you need from them. So you go, okay, you need invitations, you need programs, you need table frames or whatever. So anything that they can do for you, you let them know, and then that's when you also start and decide, okay, the colors, the color of the cards, the font sizes, the font style, the font colors, the size of frames, the color of the frames. So every single detail with the stationer, you discuss that with them, make sure it's in writing or in an email or in a contract, and then yeah, you make sure that you have that covered, and then you pretty much go vendor by vendor. You do the cake, you decide on the size of the cake, the style, the design, the flavor of the cake, delivery options. Pretty much there's some key questions that you need to ask each vendor. I'll probably do another video for that. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, so just ask all the key questions that you need to ask that you probably didn't during the initial consultation, and then yeah, you just make sure that you have the details captured and both of you are on the same page. And yeah, you have it in an email, you have it in documents, and then keep all these things in a folder. It could be a soft copy folder or it could be hard copy. and yeah, work on all the details with the vendors. So once that is all out of the way, you've worked on all the details for all the vendors, then you start working on the details of the actual wedding. So we're talking about maybe okay, the songs you're going to walk down the aisle with, the first dance, who's cutting the cake with you, the name of the person, you know, the details like that. And yeah, so maybe like the bridal team, how they're going to be processing into the church, or how they're going to, the songs that you're going to use to dance into the reception, you know. So you're going to start working on the actual, like, imagine you're on the day of the event, what exactly is happening. You start planning those details, and then with these details you use that to work on your timeline. So the timeline for the event on the day of the event, not the general wedding planning timeline, but the day of the event timeline, which will let you know when vendors are arriving, when bridesmaids are arriving, when we're moving from the church to the ceremony. You know, it has all those details, and then you make sure you distribute them on the day of the event to the key vendors. And yes, so once you've worked on all the details, that's pretty much it. And then after that, you just wait for the day of the event. Coordinating the day of the event is another video on its own. I will work on that as well. But yeah, those are the three major blocks of planning the wedding. So the first one is you figure out which vendors you want to use for your event, narrow it down to one, make a deposit, book them. The second is to just make sure that each vendor is aware of the details, and your vision is projected to the vendor. So that's the second aspect. And then finally, you work on the details of the event, the actual nitty-gritties of the event. So yeah, those are the three main major blocks of planning a wedding. So yeah, I hope this was a little helpful. I hope this was helpful. And yeah, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call us or send us an email at info@thepurpletwirl.com, or you can comment down below, send us a message, and we will be more than happy to answer. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.